Self-care doesn't necessarily have to be a hot bathtub or joining a yoga class. Here are 3 unusual ways to care for yourself that you may not have on your radar yet. Hey there, welcome back to the Flow Lab channel where we discuss psychology, peak performance and flow states. My name is Ava and I'm a psychologist and head of content at Flow Lab. In case you're new to our channel, great to have you here. Flow Lab is a mental fitness app dedicated to helping you achieve more focus, motivation and flow states with science-based guided meditations. You'll complete an entry assessment and based on that receive an individualized training plan. Check out the discount code in the description to get 50% off the yearly subscription. Also, if you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a thumbs up. Your support always means a lot. When we talk about self-care, many people associate that with relaxation, with a face mask, some stretching, a nap, perhaps also good food or an evening on the couch. But I think there's more to it than that. Recently, I made the experience that something like giving room to negative emotions can be so liberating that it should be considered an act of self-care too. Because self-care is about acts that increase one's well-being, right? And while the common self-care strategies are great whenever you need relaxation, there are so many other challenges where different actions can make us feel better. Self-care is also about taking time to become aware of our needs and desires, no matter what society deludes us about what a fulfilled life looks like. It's about prioritizing our needs, no matter what else is on our plate. And it's about taking our needs seriously, even or especially when others don't. So let's talk about a few strategies that you may not have associated with self-care yet. The first act of self-care I want to talk about is setting boundaries. I noticed that this is something that many people, at least in my bubble, struggle with. And so did I. When I was younger, I was taught to swallow my anger. I learned that confrontation is useless or can escalate the situation. So there was no other way than pushing this emotion away. For years, I didn't consciously feel the anger anymore, even though my body found other ways to express it, the proverbial hot-headedness, for example. Recently, this has changed though. When I felt my time was not appreciated the other day, I noticed my heart pounding faster and stronger and the activation in my muscles. And I realized I'm angry. At first, I took my journal with a self-care intention in mind, then my phone to text a friend and blow off steam until I realized that I'm again going down that path of regulating my anger rather than asking myself what it actually wants to tell me. So I had to decide, do I want to hold on to this pattern, trying to calm down and hope for the best, or do I want to do it differently now, speak up for myself and vent my anger? I chose the second option, told the other what I was mad about, explained my feelings, and guess what? It felt so relieving and the anger faded away. And nope, giving room to anger doesn't have to mean that you're screaming and the other person has to duck down to dodge the dishes you're throwing after them. This liberating effect can also occur when setting boundaries in a clear yet diplomatic way. The situation not only showed me that confrontation can improve and strengthen relationships, but also that accepting the anger, communicating my needs and setting boundaries is a great way to care for myself. This was the best thing I could have done to improve my well-being. Of course, there are other situations where it's more adaptive to keep your anger in check. The question is, which function does anger have in that particular moment? Sometimes anger is the secondary emotion, overshadowing underlying sadness, anxiety, or loneliness, for example. Then it might be more sustainable to dig a little deeper, since venting the anger might not make the underlying emotion go away. But in other moments, anger shows us that someone is overstepping a line and that we should communicate our boundaries. It protects us. It gives us the energy needed to advocate for ourselves. So which function does your anger have when you feel it? And what do you need? Which actions can you go after to care for yourself? The next way to care for yourself is to work on letting go of limiting beliefs. Take calling in sick, for example. Taking a day off when you're sick sounds easy, and yet so many people around me feel guilty for not showing up at work. They believe others could think they're pretending, or they don't want to let their colleagues down. We also talked about that in our video on productivity guilt. I'll link it in the info box in case you want to check it out. We want to show that we are reliable and able to handle stress. We hold high standards on ourselves and want others to like us. And for some reason, many people believe that achieving these things and calling in sick are mutually exclusive. So whoever needs to hear this, you are worth prioritizing yourself. You know, and this is meant in an appreciative way, the world will keep spinning even if you take a few days off. So self-care can also mean to fight limiting beliefs, to overcome the doubt, the fears, and the guilt you may be feeling, and do what's best for your health. Self-care doesn't always have to be pleasurable. Self-care can also mean to tackle the nasty tasks that keep piling up. Repairing the door handle that has been loose for months, finally changing your electricity provider, or even just taking out the trash. While we may associate self-care with more hedonistic actions, things that make us feel good in the moment, I like to think of it as long-term satisfaction too. No bathtub can compensate for the lingering pressure, this weird tension inside you that develops when procrastinating on important things. It's always in the back of your mind. It's always uncomfortable when you remember that you still have to do it. It always puts another shovel of guilt on top. When I did my self-experiment where I didn't procrastinate on anything for an entire week, I noticed not only that the time I procrastinated on something was in no relation to the time I invested to finally tackle them, but also how relieving and motivating it feels to cross these things off from your list. No matter if these are daily tasks like household chores or things you only do once in a blue moon, like decluttering your apartment or doing your taxes. So as an act of self-care, I challenge you now to find something you've procrastinated on and take the first step to take care of it. I hope this video could broaden your view of what self-care can look like. If you like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I really appreciate your support. Other than that, thanks so much for watching and see you soon.